It's the draw no one wanted, said Eddie Howe, when Newcastle were paired with, in his opinion, the best club side in the world. Manchester City are well versed in dealing with the demands of competing on all fronts. This competition might have been the one that got away from last season's treble winners. They once won it 4 years in a row under Pep Guardiola. Now Newcastle are charged with coping with extra commitments that come with the heights hit under Howe. They're so close to ending a search for silver winner that stretches back over half a century and reaching the final last season. We see this as a realistic route to an elusive trophy again, if they can overcome this most daunting of opening challenges. It's a very young side that they have at development level, majority of them 18 or under playing for the under-21s. So it doesn't feel that that group is ready yet. Only one of them on the bench tonight, Michael Hamilton, selected in the squad for potential debut. That's the ball on the ball, it's covered really good ground here, finding Alvarez, pump saves with his feet. And it's scrambled clear just in time by Livramento. Newcastle just stood off Oscar Bob. He was off balance when making the save, but he did enough to deny Alvarez. Scored last week from an angle much more acute than that against Savannah Jevesta in the Champions League. Nico Lewis. Grealish. Here from Kovacic. With a lovely little ball, they've worked it well, and he finishes flashed across the face of goal. And Alvarez. It worked, and it wasn't far away, was it, from Alvarez here? Seen as the long-term successor to Kieran Trippier. He was outstanding, wasn't he, with that hat-trick of assists at Sheffield United on Sunday. Amongst the substitutes that is. It goes back to Pope and puts a bit too much on it. Pope unable to prevent the rather unnecessary concession of the corner from Lewis Hall there. The 19-year-old made his Premier League debut here for Chelsea last season. A lasting impression on Eddie Howe, who was determined to get a deal done this summer to sign him. Corner kick conceded, and the opportunity for Manchester City to bring plenty forward. Sergio Gomez is going to take it. Guardiola up from the back, challenging for it, and wide it goes. Nice delivery here. He wasn't able to come and try and claim it. Into the dealt with Nathan Aki, but Guardiola had a scout. Deliberate decision to play a very young side in that competition. Well, beat at Barnsley last night in the EFL Trophy as regards to what. Can't cut that one out. Isak comes clear with it, slips it through for Murphy. Might open up here for Newcastle. Not quite. Ortega did enough to deny Jacob Murphy. Back, double change it would appear by Eddie Howe at half-time. The goals between Newcastle and Manchester City so far in this third round tie in the Carabao Cup. It's the visitors that certainly have the better of the first 45 minutes. So Anthony Gordon and Bruno Guimaraes have been warming up on the pitch during the interval. They are about to be introduced here. There he is again. He started the last 21 Premier League matches, but beginning from the bench tonight. Swiftly summoned there, wasn't he, by Eddie Howe, with this game very much in the balance. And there's Murphy again. Joelinton. Strong search from Joelinton. Getting it back. Alexander Isak! Newcastle United make the breakthrough. It hasn't taken long in this second half, when a much more positive approach has been rewarded. Move that started just inside their own half. Murphy played his part. Charlington played a really big part. So difficult to shrug off the ball. And there was Isak perfectly positioned to do the rest. There were players between he and the ball here, and notably Rico Lewis, who stepped over it, and it's come back to cost him. Straightforward in the end for Alexander Isak to score his first Carabao Cup goal and his first ever start in this competition. What a significant strike at St James's it might prove to be. Heady days indeed on Tyneside. And now the response comes from the stands as well. But they will be taking nothing for granted just yet, although they're keeping the pressure on high here. Isak in again. And deflected wide for the corner. Manchester City didn't really deal with that on the edge of their own area. Concerned about the trip home because no planes or trains were available, so they're having to get the bus back to Manchester. Such a hectic stage of the season with these 4 successive away games. Really rather unhappy about that. We're seeing an even longer trip home if the scoreline stays like this. There's Grealish drifting in dangerously, powering the shot as well, but quite right behind it. Return he had to his former club in Milan last week. All over the top, and it's almost opened up. And Matheus Nunes, almost. Wasn't able to make anything of it as it turned out. Challenge for Manchester City, all too clean. Can they find a way through? The match-wrecks of those in black and white. Here goes Doku, capable of doing so maybe on the evidence of that. Sells with the clearance, but there was probably more height on it than there was distance. Sergio Gomez was underneath it. Kanji, Doku in space, able to take that touch to bring it under his spell. And Lewis. Oh, and it's just a whisker away from Rico Lewis. He was partly culpable, perhaps, in conceding the only goal so far. Rico Lewis determined to try and atone. Themselves, according to Eddie Howe, handed the draw that nobody wanted in this round of the competition. They are so close now to rising to the challenge and to prevailing this evening as the 8-time winners of the competition. Nunes dispossessed. Henderson straight into the thick of things. Guimaraes not found a way through. Charlington looking to wrap it up as he took it on first. Hit the top. One more attack. With Rico Lewis trying to combine with Oscar Bob, as those two have done without reward really for much of the match. Good ball in by Bob, upheld decisively, emphatically by Lascelles. And that's the full-time whistle. That's victory for Newcastle United. A vital victory for Eddie Howe and Newcastle United. His first as a manager against Manchester City. Winners of this competition in 6 of the last 10 years. But last season it was the one that got away, and there will be no quadruple this year either, because Manchester City's Carabao Cup run ends before it has ever really got started. It ends at St James's Park, thanks to Alexander Isak's winning goal for Newcastle.